Hello YouTube, this is Dragonclaw here, the Grass Fire Gym Leader over at our Pokemon League DS, and here is another gym challenge. This is from cbcoro, a relatively new challenger. This is the first time we've actually faced each other. Looking at his team, I noticed there's a couple of interesting players. First time I've ever faced a Keldeo, and it looks like his team is a little bit water heavy, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I go ahead and lead with my Ninetales, as I notice he doesn't seem to have any weather on his side. He might be a rain dancer, but we'll just see about that. Let's just go ahead and get started here. That took a little longer than usual. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this going. So he leads with his Kingdra, and I go with Ninetales. Now, I go ahead and go for the Will-O-Wisp, thinking that this guy is possibly a Dragon Dancer, maybe a more of a physical outrage type Kingdra, because I haven't seen any special ones lately. So I go ahead and go for the burn, and I was actually kind of expecting a Rain Dance right away, and the first water attack. So I got the Storm Drain boost on Stumpy here. He's taking Will-O-Wisp damage. I'm thinking I'm doing pretty good. It turns out he is a special build, though. So if he would have just come out and hit me right away, that could have been very bad, because I definitely underestimated what he was doing. However, I do have my boost, and I get a Giga Drain off. Was not enough to kill him, however, but since he got his attack cut after using Draco Meteor, and the one more burn would take him. Now I have to be sort of mindful that I used that he traced my Storm Drain, but that gives me a pretty decent idea of what this Porygon 2 is going to do. However, I pretty much expected the switch, either that or he was going to hit me again, so I just went for the free recover. I'm expecting a Toxic or something along those lines, so I go ahead and switch out to Totem here. However, he went for the Ice Beam, and that's going to hurt a lot. That's always the issue with using Totem here, is that I can miss stuff like that and end up getting hurt big time. And I was really hoping that he would try and stay in and take me out, so I went for the trick to try and at least cripple that Porygon 2. However, now I just gave his Gengar a Choice Scarf, and I got Black Sludge, which killed me. So that was pretty unfortunate. However, I go into Dante here and immediately do a feint and switch out to Sawsbuck, hoping that he would trick himself into using a Ghost-type move. Excuse me, not trick, but Choice. So now he got himself a Chlorophyll, but that doesn't really matter. I was expecting the switch, obviously, because he couldn't do anything. So I went ahead and got the Swords Dance. But I second-guessed myself here and figured he would go for the Toxic or something of that nature. But he went for the Ice Beam again. So I'm not sure how much damage I could have done. Oh, excuse me, I know what I was thinking now. It was the, I wasn't sure a Swords Dance would have been able to kill it. So I went ahead and went for the safe bet and switched out, expecting the Ice Beam into Dante here. But it was a good thing I did get a crit, which was pretty lucky for me. However, he switches out into Keldeo, and now that my Chandelure's stuck using Flamethrower, that's definitely not going to work. That did do a significant amount of damage, though, but definitely not enough that I'm content with. It's definitely not worth sticking around, and I definitely want to save Chandelure. So now, expecting the water move, I go ahead and get my sun back up, because I know that Kingdra isn't going to be able to do much to me. Goes for the hidden power. Not sure what type this is. Maybe Ghost, I'm guessing. I'm honestly not sure what kind of hidden power you would use against a Chandelure. But it did neutral damage against me, and it did not do very much. However, it's going for a Calm Mind, which is pretty unsettling, because that means that this thing is going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. I went ahead and went for the Energy Ball, however, that did almost nothing after his Calm Mind, and it's barely doing more than what he's taking from leftovers. So this is definitely going to be a losing battle for me if I stick with this. However, using my fancy little trick, I do my Power Swap to take that boost away from him. So right now I have one special attack boost and he has one special defense boost. So expecting the Secret Sword again, I go back into Dante here, and luckily it worked out well. He still has one special defense boost. But I am under the sun, and I went ahead and went for the Solar Beam. And it did do half. So, however, I was expecting a Sucker Punch, and that would definitely take me out. But it turns out he had Shadow Sneak, and that would probably hurt me a lot as well. Goes for the Shadow Sneak again, and however, I do get my Spore off, which is kind of nice. So Breloom here did his job and put at least one person to sleep. And now I sit here and take my chance, switch out to Dasher here now that I got the Sun. I'm going to be faster. Now, this was the real issue I had, and I feel this was probably my one big mistake that cost me the match, was I tried to take out a Metagross with one move. And unless this thing was built only for attack and speed, that seems like it wouldn't have worked. And I definitely regret that decision, because that one Ice Punch was definitely enough to just completely destroy me. So now I go in and go to Dante. I know the only priority move that a Metagross can have is Bullet Punch. However, I was actually expecting to switch into Keldeo, so I went ahead and did Solar Beam again, because I was pretty sure it was going to take out that Metagross. But it looks like I took this guy out. However, that means that he has a perfect opportunity to set up on me, which I definitely don't want to use a Solar Beam against Gengar, especially when we're both choiced. So basically, I just use my Breloom here as fodder. I know he's locked in the Shadow Ball, but that doesn't really help me anymore because I don't have Sawsbuck that can absorb those Ghost-type moves. Now see, I was expecting the Shadow Ball again, and that was another big mistake that I made. And this is going to be a super effective Meteor Mash stab from a Metagross that already have massive attack, so that was definitely going to hurt, and it was definitely enough that I could not recover from. So it was good that I took him out. However, this definitely crippled my Cordilli here, and this guy is not going to be moving faster than much of anyone. So it's sad to say, but this Cordilli is pretty much done for. And now with that Gengar that has a Choice Scarf Shadow Ball, there's not much at all I can really do. Because most of my team is pretty beaten up right now, so now this Gengar is basically just sweeping up. And there goes the battle. That was a solid match by cbcoro. It was a couple big mistakes by me, but he played very well and definitely earned the gym badge. So I look forward to seeing what Coro is going to do in the future. And if you guys like the match, or if you want to challenge me or the other gym leaders, please head over to our Pokemon League DS. We'll be happy to welcome you. And this is Dragonclaw, signing out.